I was principal at Elmore Ward for 10 years, so I've been at Roselle for a minute, as the kids like to say. I'm extremely excited and thrilled at my new endeavor. I think we have a great staff here. We have some challenges that we're looking to overcome very quickly in terms of staffing, in terms of getting our scores up, getting our kids motivated to want to come in and do their best every single day. But I look forward to the challenge as a great opportunity. We have a slideshow presentation with some important people that are going to talk to you about some different facets of schools, some different goals, some different things related to Title I, things like that. The majority of the night will allow you to tour the school in open house style, so you can get to as many of your child's teachers as you would like to visit. Out on the front table, along with a sign-in sheet, there's also a map of the building. In case you're not sure where some of the classrooms are, there's a school directory list of who's here, who teaches what grade level, what subject area. So if you're not sure about some of the locations, that should help point you in the right direction. Okay? We'll be here for a little bit, and then, as I said, by about 6:30, you should be free to go for the rest of the evening within the building to talk to teachers. We're only 6 days in, but they can certainly tell you about their programs. They can tell you about how the first week has gone. If you have some specific questions about your son or daughter, they may be able to answer that somewhat, although they are still getting to know them, getting used to them, especially if they are 7th grade and new to the building. Before we move on to the slideshow, I just want to acknowledge a couple of important people that are here. First of all, we have our superintendent, Dr. Fisher. We're going to have a hand for Dr. Fisher. We have a couple of board members in the house. They have to be here because they're also parents here at Great School Lake. We have Ms. Giselle Bond. We have Ms. Jessica Chavez. Just want to take a second to say we always appreciate all the support from Dr. Fisher, from our superintendent, from the superintendent's office, with also Dr. Gonzalez Perez, Ms. Marshall Simmons in HR. We get a lot of support in all the schools. Support from the board members. We want to thank them as well. These are some people that really have Roselle kids' interests at heart. And when they say they have ideas or they have suggestions or they have things that they want to see and they're pushing us to be better, it's because they want it better for the kids. So I just want to applaud everybody that is above us, that gives us the charge to make a great school for our kids every day. Roselle kids are great, and we want to make it as good as possible for them on a daily basis. What's up, Ms. Patrice Coleman? Patrice Coleman is our Director of Special Services. Ms. Coleman is in Roselle. Thank you for coming out. We appreciate all you do for us. So back to school night. This is your chance to be a part of your child, a partner in education with us. If you're here, you're already part of the solution. You're already doing what you need to do. A lot of times, when kids get to 5th grade, when they get to middle school, junior high school level, parents pull back. They need you now more than ever. When they're in 1st and 2nd grade, a lot of times it's easy. They're just naturally well behaved. They do their homework. They aim to please. They get to this age, they need you now more than ever. This is not the time to pull back. This is the time to get to know your child's teachers. This is the time to stay involved. Be involved with the PTO. This is the time that if you have questions, feel free to reach out to the school. Don't just assume that what you think is happening is happening. And I'll come back, kind of piggyback to that in a minute with another point of emphasis that I'd like to bring up. But just because they're a little bit older doesn't mean they're quite grown all the way yet. They still need your support. And I found that when students realize that mom, dad, grandma, whoever at home is on the same page with the teacher, the principal, the school counselor, worlds collide. And I mean that in a positive way. It really presents a lot of positive aspects for the students that they know they have a real good support network. They have it at home, they have it at school, they may have 5 or 6 people they can go to that if they're having a bad day, if they're having a problem, if they have a question or something that they can't solve on their own, they know they can come to someone here, and then it helps to have that communication with everybody at home. So I just want to thank you for coming out. Give yourselves a round of applause for all of their families. So we have kind of a new administrative structure here at Will Day going into this school year. Again, I'm the principal. We do have 2 vice principals, one who handles more of grade 8 matters, one who handles more of grade 7 matters. I'd like to introduce them at this time. We have Miss Victoria Lee. Miss Lee has been at Wilday now for 3 years. She was at the high school for many, many years before that, so she is Roselle through and through. She knows our kids, she knows our programs. She has experience in the classroom, especially with language arts. She's amazing with the kids. I've been working with her now. I mean, we've been in the same district and working together somewhat for a decade or so, but for the last month that we've been really working closely together, I can't say enough about this lady and how much she does for our kids, our students, our teachers. She's amazing. One more hand for Miss Lee, please. We have a second vice principal that we were lucky to get toward the end of the summer. There was a little bit of a reorganization, and we were very happy to have Mr. Wayne Bullock join us as our second. Mr. Bullock is working more closely with 7th grade students, and Ms. Lee with 8th grade students. We do have separate areas and specific things that we will all focus on. But again, if there's a question that you have, if there's a concern, don't hesitate to come to any of us. If you happen to have a rapport with one of them, if you happen to know me from LB Moore and we have a rapport, whoever it is, just reach out and let us know how we can help you. We want to make this school year as great as possible. We also have a new administrative assistant, our school secretary. That's Ms. Brendella Chevalier. Is Ms. Chevalier in there? Ms. Chevalier came over with me from the middle school at the end of last year. She's tremendous. She's also Roselle through and through. She came here as a student. Her mother works at the high school. She knows the kids very well. She knows what makes them tick. She's done a great job in a short amount of time. If you have questions about Genesis, if you have questions about really anything about the logistics of the day-to-day operations or anything that we know about, Ms. Chevalier will be your key person to go to in the office. Dr. Fisher, would you care to say a few words, or would you like me to? I know you never want to shy away from a microphone, so I just want to give you the opportunity. Always well spoken for our students. How about a hand for Dr. Fisher?
So great evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to see my families out for this 22-23 school year. And before I proceed any further, let me just take this time to publicly acknowledge our board members who are present again. We have Ms. Chavez and we have Ms. Bond, who are dedicated and committed to serving this Board of Education here in the borough of Roselle. Tireless hours are committed to ensuring that we govern the operation. So, thank you, ladies, for coming out. Not only as parents, but as board members. Thank you. This is to be very brief in my remarks. Mr. Mesmer kind of shared with you the transition that has taken place across the school district over the last few months. We had a leadership in the district, so we've taken the opportunity to shift some of our practices, shift some of our human capital in different places to kind of put some strength in some areas that we wanted to target for the 22-23 school year. We are very focused with not being stuck with doing the same old thing and getting the same old results. We are looking to do some things a little different here in Roselle. As the superintendent of schools, I'm charged with adhering to lots of statutes and policies and regulations that are imposed upon our office to ensure that every student is successful academically as we pursue their career paths, their life journey through our educational system. Here at Grace Wilday Junior High School, this has always been a very challenging age group, very challenging age group. As a former math teacher of 7th grade, I understand the middle school and junior high school level. This is perhaps the most challenging age group. So the staff here should be commended for working with their youngsters and that commitment that they display daily with keeping those youngsters on target. So thank you to the Grace Wilday Junior High School. I just want to be sure to highlight a few areas which are very important to ensure that our families throughout this community are familiar with. We are focused on a strategic plan here in the district entitled the Strategic Plan Vision 2027. So we have some very intentional efforts that we're engaging in over the next few months to bring this district to greater heights. We can't get there alone. And part of one of my priority goals within our strategic plan is focused on parental and community engagement. So I want to throw that out too and let you understand that we need continual partnership. I often tell families we need to be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. So again, we need sleeves rolled up, we need folks in the trenches, and we need active participation. We're only as successful as the team that we partner with. So we're looking forward to having the families here at Grace Will Day partner with us. This year, the district is committed to 4 goals. We are focusing on student achievement. We have equity goals. We have social emotional goals. And our final goal, again, is aligned to offering a increased level of family and community engagement. So each and every one of our activities throughout this year and the years to come are always going to be focused on those pillars of the strategic plan, but they're definitely going to be focused ensuring that we provide the greatest learning opportunities for your sons and your daughters. So I just want to encourage you to continue to work with the principal and the administrators here at the school, continue to partner with the teachers, and just keep your eye on the prize. We're doing some great things here in Roselle. I want to encourage you to follow us on all social media platforms. We are at Roselle Schools on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as you can follow Grace Will Day Junior High School on their social media platform with a host of information. I often tell people, follow the true story about our school system as opposed to the false narrative that is often spread about our school district. We're doing some great things. We're going to continue to champion. And I want you to know that part of what my hashtag continues to be is that all students matter. And it's about every student every day. But this year, our district goal is focused on excellence through equity. So again, I welcome you to the 22-23 school year, and on behalf of the entire Board of Education and the Roselle Public School District, I want to thank you for being here tonight, and thank you, Mr. Melvin, for extending this microphone, because the microphone is a friend of mine. So thank you.
At this time, I'd like to have the opportunity to bring up Ms. Lee and Mr. Bullock. We're going to talk about a few things specific to Will Day. Here's Ms. Lee.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for making it out. I do see some familiar faces in the crowd, and I do appreciate seeing you come by and visit with the staff. So Mr. Bullock and I are grade teen advisors, right? So Mr. Bullock is going to do everything to do with grade 7, and I'm going to do everything. I'll handle all aspects of grade 8, which is wonderful. I get to work with the PTO president. I did see her in here. Where is Mrs. Long? She stepped out, but she does have information for those of us who are in the 8th grade who want to join the PTO. She is a rock star, and she creates wonderful opportunities for the 8th graders to celebrate this stage of their lives, and we support them through it. So we're really happy for that. Your children on their schedules, you'll start to see terms like caracals and cougars, vipers, omnipotence. Those are our team names. So what does that mean? It means that your kids kind of move in a track, and they move. Most of your children in your classes, they are with teachers who teach, an ELA teacher, science teacher, math teacher. It's all kind of the same. And why is that important? Because they really get to know your kids. They really get to know your students, your children. And it really creates the best environment for them. So you'll start to see those things shared across the board. And the teachers meet up with you in their team. So when you meet with your teachers for report card evenings, you'll meet with a representative from each department. And that'll make a lot more sense when we get into it. But if you have any questions, we're here for it. Mr. Bullock is going to talk to you a little bit about the schedule. And I'm going to take a seat, but if you need anything, I'm here for it, okay?
So before I say what I need to say, I just want all you parents just to take a look, turn around and look in the back. I want you to see those teachers and staff that are behind you. And I want you to give them a hand. It's our great children. They believe in high intense rigor in the classroom. So we're just excited. I'm excited to be a part of this team. Our schedule here at Grace Will Day is on A and B day. Most subjects are impacted by that A and B day. is our physical education classes as well as our visual and performing arts. Our seventh graders, they have physical education on A days, and they have their VPA or visual performing arts on B days. Eighth grade is the opposite. They have their electives or those VPA days on the B days, and they have their physical education on the A days. Other specials are assigned by semesters and quarters. Seventh graders will start with their world language, and then in the second half of the year, quarter or semester, they will have computer science and financial literacy. And then at the swap with eighth graders, they have their financial literacy at the beginning of the year, and their computer science, and then they have their world language the second half of the year. So we are really big on making sure we have well-rounded students, we have a well-rounded curriculum. We are certainly in line with the district's goals to promote that student achievement, not just through specific content areas, but having a wide range of content areas where our children are learning and our children are growing. So again, if you hear your child say A day or B day, it is a fact. There is an A day, there is a B day, and they alternate days with their gym and their VPA. That visual performing arts, that's dance, that's theater, that's the arts. Again, promoting that well-rounded student, which is what we're all striving to do in efforts to our achievement. So at this time, I'm going to bring Ms. Dawn Allen Williams. Where is she? Ms. Dawn Allen Williams. Is she here? I just saw her. See if you can grab her. All right, I see her coming. I want to introduce you to Dawn Allen Williams. She is my teammate for seventh grade. She is our school counselor. She's coming at this time. And I just want you to put your hands together for her. I think we're 6 days in, maybe 6 days in. We're 6 days in, and she and I, we've been faced with quite a bit already, tackling things and providing solutions for students and helping them out. So I'm very excited to work with this phenomenal woman. At this time, I present Ms. Dawn Allen Williams.
Okay, I'm not gonna be long. I put some brochures out in the front for you guys with all the counselors' information on it, what we provide here. If you have any issues, you want to give us a call, all our information is on the back. We open the brochures, it tells you what we provide, what we do, and we're here for you as well. And eighth grade parents, if you're interested in vocational, you have, I'm printing some of these out with directions on what you need to do in order to apply. So I know some parents have some questions about this. So if you need more of these, I know we're making more copies as we speak. So if you need more of these or you have any questions about this, I'm going to be walking around the school while you're visiting the classroom. So stop me, feel free to ask me any questions about our counseling services here. And I'm willing to help, and all the other counselors are too. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm very excited. I know some of the kids because I've taught at LB Moore for 8 years as a special ed teacher, and now my journey is school counseling, and I'm so excited to work with your children and to work with you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to stop me. You can email us, you can call us. We're here to help you. Thank you.
We have a SAC counselor, student assistance counselor, and we're fortunate to have her this year. She's unable to be here. She was here earlier today, but wasn't feeling well. But Ms. Olioto, she is our student assistance counselor. She's here to support our students with non-academic needs, mental health, substance abuse. She provides resources, individual counseling, group counseling, lessons in classrooms, promoting healthy coping strategies to improve well-being. So again, not just academic, but we're really trying to be a support, really trying to be a resource to our students in the area of social, emotional, and overall mental health. So that's Ms. Alioto. If you hear her name, that is who she is, our student assistance counselor. I just want to share, and then I'll give it back to Mr. Besmer, our daily expectations. Here at Willoughby, now we understand rules. We know, we understand rules, and we live by and govern by rules, but we're really pushing relationships and really pushing culture, and we just believe that having the right culture and having those relationships with those students, we believe that relationships govern, or I should say, having those relationships governs those relationships a little bit better than just rules. So really trying to develop those relationships. However, there are some daily expectations that we do have in place for our students. Scholars should arrive to school in each class on time for the maximum learning experience. Period 1 starts at 8:30 a.m. and is longer to include the homeroom. So our homeroom is actually from 8:30 to 8:39, and then at 8:40 we begin our period 1. So parents, please make sure that your child is here on time every single day. I'm just going to throw this in. If they desire breakfast, they have to be here by 8 a.m. If they desire breakfast, 8 a.m. And we receive students between 8:20, 8:25 for breakfast. We want them to have enough time to eat and to get into their homerooms by 8:30. Students should always maintain their best behavior, be respectful of themselves and others. Consequences can be issued if their behavior disrupts the learning environment in the class. So again, we're doing all we can definitely to support our students, but consequences is a reality if it causes disruption to the learning environment. Scholars should come prepared to work hard and learn every single day. They should be prepared. And lastly, scholars should ask for help when needed. So these are some of our daily expectations that we have for our students. They are aware of them. We're just asking you as parents and families to continue to help us in promoting these expectations and supporting these expectations daily for our scholars. Thank you.
Okay, so as Dr. Fisher alluded to, there are district goals. We're then looking to we will be creating more specific school goals related to Will Day. Here's how, as an example, 2 of those go together. So we talk about equity, we talk about student achievement. One of the ways we felt that we can create equity is just by having more opportunity for students to get extra help, whether that's enrichment help, whether that's extra help with homework, small group or one-on-one tutoring. So we made a point of emphasis to make sure that our before and after the bell programs are going to be as robust as possible. There's going to be opportunities both before school, after school, multiple days each week, multiple staff members in language arts and math. So we're making it as available as possible. If we want our kids to do better, they simply need to put more time in. We need to have more time on task in order to get their achievement scores up, in order to get their reading scores up, their math abilities, homework preparedness, everything like that. So we've tried to couple some of these together to make sure that there is equitable opportunities so that students can achieve to the greatest amount possible. We have about 79 students that have signed up for Before the Bell already, and we're going out there each morning and literally pulling them because a lot of times the kids, they don't want to come in. They want to just hang outside with their friends. And we're going out and saying, come in, you're going to be doing work, you're going to be doing academic studies, you're going to be getting extra help, you're going to be inside. Your parents signed you up for Before the Bell, but they expect that you are in here between 7:30 and 8:30 or whatever time you arrive to get that extra help. Okay? We also have, we'll be doing a lot of things with social emotional learning, and we want to see everybody come out and hopefully be able to join our parent-teacher organization. There's a lot of different activities that the PTO is in charge of, different events, different ways that you can be a part of that. There's a code of conduct that has gone home a few times via the all-call system. Usually with the all-calls, I tend to do them by email because it's able to put it into Spanish, it's able to put it into French Creole. You can get it at your leisure, so if you happen to miss it and want to come back to it the next day, it's still there on your email. If we have attachments, if we have things that we're sending along with it, it's just a lot easier to use the email than it is to use the voice automated system. We have sent home the code of conduct a couple of times. We will continue to send that home throughout the year. The district has done a very prescriptive and a very purposeful job of making sure that everything possible that may happen that needs consequences, that is a learning opportunity for the students to get better, is spelled out for the most part in that code of conduct. And look, we understand that kids at 12, 13, 14 years old, they're going to make mistakes. They're going to do some things that make us scratch our head and say, why'd you do that? And as Mr. Bullock alluded to, one of the key things we try to do is we try to build relationships with them, especially at this age. We try to get them to understand the power of their decisions, the power of good decisions and the power of bad decisions. So we really try to spend a lot of time working with them one-on-one, whether it's with any of the counselors, any of the administrators, specific teachers that may be involved, just to get the students to understand the power of their decisions. That will be coming out. Additionally, we'll send that student code of conduct home again. We have a presentation, a small part of the presentation that we have to do obligated through Title I funding. We have an outstanding instructional coach in language arts, Ms. Hassan. If you could please give Ms. Hassan a hand. She's going to walk you through some of the Title I.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Ms. Hassan. So my name is Ms. Hassan. I am the literacy coach here, ELA coach for Grace Wilday. Susa couldn't be with us today. She is the math coach. There's two topics that I would like to discuss today. First is Title I. So what is Title I? Title I provides funding for schools or for districts that have a high percentage of low income backgrounds. And we just want to ensure that all kids have the necessary tools and resources to achieve success. So what does that look like? We have two goals, or created two goals for the year, one ELA goal and one math goal. And those two goals, we would like to increase our language arts literacy and our math scores by 10% by the end of the school year. And how will we do that? There's a couple of things. So we have something called push and pull out support for students to be basic skills. So you might notice that some of your young scholars are enrolled in a course called Math 180 or Read 180. Those are also Title I funded programs. So Math 180 is Comas in the back teaches. Take a look at this Comas. And Read 180 is the Steele teaches. Then we have after-school tutoring programs like Principal Mesmer said, we have before the bell, after the bell. We also have paper tutoring. So if you're helping more, you should be familiar with paper tutoring. If you're not, please see me after this, and I will give you a little bit of background on paper tutoring. That is just to give you a little bit of information. Paper tutoring provides your scholar with 24/7 access to tutoring at 24/7. So they can be up at 2 a.m. wanting to work on their math and their science project, and there will be a live tutor there for them. Additionally, we have summer programs. We have parents information sessions and parental involvement. Like Principal Mesmer said, the fact that you are all here is part of the solution. So what can you do as parents? Be up to date with their assignments on Schoology, consistently check Genesis and their Schoology for grades, consistently reach out to their teachers, see what additional resources they can do. Questions so far about Title I? The second thing that I would like to discuss is iReady. So if you have been in the district for a while, you are familiar with iReady. So there's a few tools that iReady provides us. First one is iReady Diagnostic, which is district-wide. So we have 3 diagnostics throughout the year. The first one usually falls around this time of the year, second one in the winter, third one in the spring. And that's the 10% goal that we're trying to achieve. So most of your young scholars have already taken the first math diagnostic, and in a couple of weeks, they will be taking the ELA diagnostic. Then we have personalizing instruction. So depending on where your young scholar is in class, the teacher can assign specific lessons that tailor to your students' needs. And then at home, there's something called My Path. So wherever they fall in the diagnostic, iReady generates specific lessons that tailor to your child's needs. So let's just say they don't have homework that night, right? They can log into iReady, Math or ELA, and continue their My Path learnings. And then here are some useful links for yourself. This can be under, you can find it in iReadyCentral.com. Question. I know you guys are eager to be your young scholars teachers. I'm going to give it back to Mr. Mesmer. Thank you, everyone.
Just want to take a second. Ms. Turnage, the board member. We always highlight board members that are here. Ms. Turnage is our president of the board. Also, Ms. Parent here at Grace Wilday. Ms. Delia Ware Tibbs has a program, interesting program for young ladies in grades 7 through 12. She's hoping to talk to you for just a minute. Ms. Ware Tibbs is also a former board member, board president. Let's hear from Ms. Ware Tibbs, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mesmer. I just want to take a quick second. We have a new girls mentoring program that we've started up for girls grades 7 through 12. And in this mentoring program, what we do is we identify the areas that the girls are interested in, whether it's fashion, business, art, and we introduce them to people that are already in that industry, teaching them how to create their own village, how to create their own tribe, providing them resources that will help them achieve their dream, or to at least continue to dream about the things that they want to do. So I also want to identify that we're having a event Thursday at 7 p.m. at the Amalfi Community Center, right around the corner, where we have a prior Roselle resident who is now, she graduated, she went to Howard University at HBCU. She now works for Ivy Park and works with Beyonce. And she's coming in to tell us about her career in fashion and marketing. And we'd like you all to come out and just hear what she has to say and bring your girls, and hopefully they will be inspired by her story. So thank you, Mr. Mesmer. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Fisher. And thank you all, parents, for coming out this evening.
So at this time, teachers, please go to your classrooms. This is the best part of the evening. You can take your scholar's schedule and start to walk around and meet the teachers. Feel free. We're going to remain here for a little while. If there's anything we can do to assist you and make tonight more enjoyable, let us know. Thanks for coming out.
I'm going to be in 104, not in the trailer. I'm going to be in 104.
And Miss McNulty, if you're going to see Miss McNulty in the front here, she's going to 104, not her trailer. Thank you.